Welcome to yoga. In our practice today, we will emphasize postures to stretch and open the chest, shoulders, and arms to connect with our heart center, our center of kindness and compassion. We will begin in a seated position, and you're welcome to sit in a chair, on your mat, on a block, or a cushion. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Bring the hands to rest comfortably on the lap and either close your eyes or gaze very softly down towards the earth. Bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor, sensing your connection to the earth. Now bring your attention to your breath. Inviting the breath to flow in and out through the nose. And invite the mind towards stillness by focusing on the breath. Inviting the mind to grow quiet so that you could focus your consciousness on the center of the heart. Connecting to your source of kindness and compassion. By focusing on the heart, allowing these qualities to guide your practice. Practicing without any judgment or criticism. Allowing yourself to practice kindness towards your body. Knowing you are always welcome to adjust your practice in any way to best meet your needs. And placing one hand over the heart and bringing the other hand over, connecting with your heartbeat. Breathing deeply, allowing the torso to expand on each inhalation, expanding through the belly, rib cage, chest. Exhaling empty. And inhaling, gently expanding through the belly, rib cage, chest. Exhaling empty. And taking a few more full, deep breaths at your own pace. And releasing the arms down. And you're welcome to keep the eyes closed or gaze softly. And now on your next inhalation, Squeezing the hands, tightening the arms, and drawing the shoulders up towards the ears. Taking a deep breath in and holding the breath for a moment as you squeeze the arms and shoulders tight. And then exhaling through an open mouth, releasing a sigh as you let go. And again, squeezing the hands, the arms, the shoulders, and now squeezing the face in tight, holding the breath in, and release. And once more, squeezing in tight. And letting go. And now shifting to extend the legs out in front of you. And give the legs a little shake from side to side to release. And flex and point the feet. And now circle the feet, moving in one direction and then the other. And give the legs a shake once more. And now come into a seated position, coming to a cross-legged position if that's comfortable. Grounding the sitting bones, sitting tall and relaxing the shoulders. Bringing the hands together to touch and rub the palms together. Sending warmth and energy from the heart down through the arms into the palms. And now interlace the hands together and bring the elbows to touch at the height of the chest or the shoulders and begin to circle from the wrists. Loosening up the wrists, forearms. And now pause and reverse and take your circles in the opposite direction. And circle around twice more. And letting go of the circles and extending the palms away from you, reaching the arms out. Creating space between the shoulder blades. And now as you next exhale, round through the back, tucking the chin towards the chest, stretching the arms away from you. And then inhaling, lifting the arms overhead, straightening the torso, and gently arching the back and gazing upward. And exhaling round. And continue to move back and forth. And if you prefer, you have the option to keep the hands on the knees and just work on the spine. Moving with your breath. And the next time you lift the spine with the arms overhead, come to a neutral spine, relax the shoulders down. Chin is parallel to the earth as you press the palms towards the sky. And now unclasping the hands and squeeze the hands into a fist and then spread the fingers wide. And now circle the wrists and fingers overhead. Keep breathing and circle in the other direction. And now give the arms and hands a shake overhead and continue to shake out the arms and hands as you gradually lower them down by your sides. And bringing the palms to the floor underneath the shoulders with the fingertips pointing towards your knees. And now press into the hands, draw the shoulder blades towards one another. Open up through the chest and gaze upward. And you could stay here, or if you like, you could lift the hips off the floor, adding a stretch to the thighs. If it's comfortable, you could release the head back, or you could keep the head upright. Opening through the chest and the arms and breathing. And then exhale, slowly lowering the hips back down. Lifting upright. Now switching the cross of your feet, bringing the opposite foot in front to open up the hips evenly. And if that becomes uncomfortable, you can always switch back. Sitting tall, relaxing the shoulders, arms by the sides. We'll continue to loosen up the spine by twisting from side to side. So on your next inhalation, lifting the arms out to the side and overhead, bringing the arms shoulder width apart, fingertips reaching up towards the sky. And now as you exhale, twist to one side, bringing the one hand to the opposite knee, opposite fingertips touch the floor behind you, and then inhaling, lifting right back up to center, arms are shoulder width apart. And then exhaling, twisting to the other side. Inhaling, lifting back up to center. And continue to move from side to side, the pace of your own breath. And the next time you twist over to your right side, coming to hold. Left hand rests on top of the right knee. And the right palm rests on the floor behind you. And keep the chest open and the shoulders relaxed as you turn the head to look over your shoulder towards the wall behind you. If you like, you could wrap the right arm behind the back, perhaps taking hold of the opposite hip or thigh, or you could just keep that hand planted on the floor. Keep lengthening through the spine on each inhalation. And as you exhale, draw the shoulders down and perhaps soften a little bit deeper into the twist. Stretching only to the point of comfort. Allowing yourself to be guided by kindness. One more breath here. And on your next inhalation, slowly begin to unwind, lifting both arms overhead once again. Lengthening through the spine, grounding the sitting bones towards the earth. And now exhaling, coming to twist to your other side, bringing your right hand to your left knee, opposite palm to the floor behind you, or perhaps draping the arm behind the back. Continue to lengthen through the spine on each inhalation. Keeping the chin parallel to the earth as you turn the head to gaze out the left corners of the eyes towards the wall behind you. Feeling free to adjust your stretch, either moving deeper or backing off. Seeing what feels best in your body. And holding here for one more full deep breath. And on the next inhalation, slowly begin to unwind. Lifting both arms up and overhead, relax the shoulders. Bring the palms together to touch. And as you exhale, drawing the hands down through center. Bringing the hands to prayer position. Feel the heartbeat with the thumbs. Connecting to your heart. And notice with compassion whatever it is you're feeling in this moment. Release the arms down, extend the legs in front of you, giving the legs a shake from side to side. From here, we'll move into a table position, coming onto the hands and knees. In table, you're welcome to rest on the palms, on the fists, or on the forearms, whichever feels best for your wrists. You're on the palms, wrists are underneath the shoulders with the fingers spread wide, keeping a slight bend in the elbows to avoid hyperextension. And lengthen through the spine, extending the tailbone and the crown of the head away from one another, moving the shoulder blades down the back. And the knees are right underneath the hips. And we'll move into some lateral stretches here. So lengthen through the spine again, and as you next exhale, turn the head to look over one shoulder, drawing that shoulder and hip towards one another, creating a C shape with the spine, and then inhale back to center, and then exhale, looking over the other shoulder, and stretching to the other side. Inhale back to center. And continue to follow the breath as you move from side to side. Lengthening one side of the torso and then the other. And moving once more in each direction. And coming back to center. And now extending your right leg back, bringing the ball of the foot to the mat and lifting the heel and rock forward and back, giving a stretch to the leg. And now coming to hold, pressing out through the heel. Now lifting the leg and bending that knee in towards the chest and stepping that foot through, or making your way into a low lunge in any way that works for you. Sliding the back knee towards the rear of your mat. Lift the chest and relax the shoulders, resting on the fingertips, or you could rest on blocks if you have them. On your next inhalation, straightening the front leg, lifting the toes, flexing the foot, and then exhaling, bending into the knee once again. Inhaling, straightening that leg a little or a lot, just exploring your own range of motion. Practicing with patience and compassion. And the next time that you bend the front knee, coming to hold the low lunge. And grounding the feet and the back shin into the floor. As you inhale, lifting the torso, bringing the hands to the thigh. Drawing the tailbone down, bringing the hands to the hips. Pressing the thighs towards one another, relax the shoulders. Now releasing the arms and inhaling, lifting the arms up and overhead, bringing the arms wider than shoulder width apart. Broadening through the chest and relaxing the shoulders, and flex the hands so the fingertips are pressing back towards the wall behind you. Now as you exhale, lowering the arms down. And clasp opposite elbows behind the back, drawing the shoulders down, opening through the chest. And releasing the arms overhead once more. And exhaling, lower the hands down and step that foot back, returning to table. And before moving on to the other leg, we'll move into puppy stretch. Keeping the hips lifted above the knees, slide the arms forward and lower the forehead or chest to the mat, or you can allow the head to hover. And if you have a block handy, you're welcome to rest your forehead on the block. And stay here for another full breath. And then on your next inhalation, gently lift the forehead. Slide or walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, returning to table. Broadening through the chest and moving the shoulders down the back. Soft bend in the elbows. And now extend your left leg back, bringing the ball of the foot to the floor, straightening the leg and lifting the heel, and rock forward and back. And now coming to hold, pressing out through the heel, stretching through the back of that leg. And on your next inhalation, lifting the leg and then bending that knee in towards the chest and stepping that foot forward, coming into a low lunge on this side. Slide the back knee towards the rear of your mat, stretching the front of the back thigh. Coming onto the fingertips or palms. Broaden through the chest and relax the shoulders down. On your next inhalation, straightening the front leg a little or a lot, flexing the foot as the toes lift, and then exhaling, bending the knee, returning to the low lunge. And moving back and forth at your own pace. And you could feel free to make the movements slower or faster. And moving back and forth once more, and then coming to hold the low lunge. So that that knee is in line with the ankle. On your next inhalation, lifting the torso, bringing one hand at a time to the front knee, and then bringing the hands to the hips. Drawing the tailbone down, and press the thighs towards one another, creating stability. Lift the chest, relax the shoulders, and releasing the arms. Inhale, lifting the arms up and overhead. Now you can bring the hands either wider apart or closer together as you prefer. Flexing through the hands, pressing the fingertips back, stretching the wrists and forearms. And now exhaling, lowering the arms down, and now either clasping opposite elbows behind you, or if it's accessible, clasping the hands together and straightening the arms. Pressing the knuckles down towards the floor and then away from you. Opening through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together. Breathing. One more full breath here. Now releasing the arms, bringing them overhead once again. And exhaling, lowering the hands down to the mat and coming onto the ball of the back foot and straightening that leg, moving into a high lunge, and then stepping the back foot forward, coming into a standing forward fold. Feet or hips width apart. You could keep a slight bend or a deeper bend in the knees as you relax the crown of the head down. And now place the hands on the shins. Inhale, lift halfway so the spine is parallel to the earth. And then exhaling, fold forward. Place the hands on the hips. Press into the feet. Pull the navel towards the spine and inhale with a long neutral spine as you gradually make your way up to standing. Releasing the arms and inhaling, lifting the arms out to the side and overhead, bringing the palms together to touch. And then exhale, lower the hands down to prayer position in front of the heart. Standing tall, relax the shoulders. Close your eyes or gaze softly. And again, connect with the consciousness of your heart. Notice your heartbeat. Be aware of any energy or sensations. Noticing without judgment. Releasing the arms down. Next, we'll move into the breath of joy. Standing with the feet hips width apart. Standing tall and relaxing the shoulders. For breath of joy, we'll take 3 short inhalations through the nose, exhaling through an open mouth with a soft, hot sound. And we'll coordinate that breath with arm movements. So the first inhalation, the arms will come in front. Inhale to the side. Inhale overhead. Exhale, lowering the arms down. Again, in front, to the side, overhead. So now you can stay in this upright position, or you have the option to add the forward bend. And I would encourage you to stay upright if coming forward makes you feel lightheaded. Feel free to make the movement slower or quicker. You can always stay upright, or you could pause and take a break. And once more. And after you release, placing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, close the eyes, breathing into the hands. Receiving the energy, receiving the joy. Releasing the hands, give a little shake to one leg and then the other. Preparing for half sun salutation and standing poses. Standing tall with the feet hips width apart, relax the shoulders down. Inhaling, bringing the arms up and overhead, palms touch, gaze upward. Exhale, lowering just the arms, bringing the palms to the lower back, drawing the elbows towards one another, and the knees open, the chest look upward, coming to a small supported back bend. Inhaling, straighten the spine and the legs, hands come to the hips. Exhaling, hinge forward with a long neutral spine, sliding the hands down the legs into a forward fold. Bring the hands to your shins. Inhale, lift halfway, spine is parallel to the earth. Exhale, soften forward. Press into the feet, bring the hands to the hips. Pull the navel to the spine and inhale as you push with a long neutral spine, making your way up to standing. Releasing the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhaling, lower the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Completing one round of half sun salutation variation. Release the arms, come to stand at the front of your mat. We'll move into another half sun salutation and then we'll add on. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, bringing the palms to the lower back, coming into the supported back bend. Inhaling, straighten. Exhale, slide the hands down the legs into your forward fold. Hands to shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bringing the fingertips or palms to the mat and then step your right foot back, bending into your left knee, coming into a high lunge.
You're always welcome to drop the back knee and come into a low lunge variation if you prefer. Keeping the feet hips width apart, back heel is lifted. Grounding down through the feet. Inhaling, bring one hand at a time to the front knee, lifting the torso, hands to hips. Preparing for warrior one. Then deep into the front knee, keep the back heel lifted and press out through that heel. Square the hips forward, draw the tailbone down and press the thighs towards one another, finding stability in the lower body. Relax the shoulders. Release the arms and inhale, bringing the arms up and overhead. So arms could be wide apart or closer together. Flexing the hands, pressing the fingertips back. Exhaling, lower the arms and either clasp opposite elbows behind the back. Or bringing the arms into Yoga Mudra, arms clasping the hands together and straightening the arms. Choose whichever arm variation is calling to you. And in either variation, drawing the shoulder blades together, stretching and opening through the chest. Releasing the arms. Inhaling the arms overhead once more. And then exhaling, lowering the hands down to the mat. We'll move next into a spinal twist. So planting the right hand on the floor or on a block. Bringing your left hand to the left hip and twist through the torso in the direction of your front bent knee. You're welcome to keep the hand on the lower back for support, or you have the option to straighten the arm up from the shoulder. And now exhaling, unwinding, lowering the hands down to frame the front foot. And on your next exhalation, stepping the back foot forward, moving into a forward fold. Relaxing the crown of the head. Hands come to the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Spine is parallel to the earth. And then exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands to the hips or extend the arms to T position at shoulder height. Plant the feet navel to spine. Inhale with a long neutral spine as you slowly bring the torso upright. Arms reach overhead, palms touch. Exhale, lowering the hands down to prayer position in front of the heart. Relax the shoulders. Again, noticing your heartbeat. Receiving the energy. Noticing any sensations of aliveness, warmth. Notice whatever it is you're feeling as a result of the standing postures you've done so far. Release the arms, come back to the front of your space, preparing for the other side. Inhaling, reaching the arms up and overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, lower just the arms down, bringing the hands to the lower back. Elbows are bent. Draw the elbows and shoulder blades towards one another as you open through the chest and bend the knees. Inhaling, straighten. Exhale, hinge forward, hands slide down the legs. And now stepping your left foot back, either dropping the back knee or coming into the high lunge. Feet remain hip width apart, back heel is lifted. Bending deeply into your front knee. On your next inhalation, lift the torso, bringing One hand at a time to the front thigh and then to the hips. Square the hips forward, bringing the right hip slightly back, left hip slightly forward. Press out through the back heel as you draw the thighs towards one another. And send the tailbone down, lengthening evenly through the abdomen and the lower back. Relax the shoulders. Release the arms. Inhale, bringing the arms into any variation. You could keep the arms lower or higher. Arms could be wide apart or closer together overhead. Flexing the hands, pressing the fingertips back. On your next exhalation, lowering the arms down and either clasping opposite elbows behind the back or clasping the hands together. Choose your variation. One more breath here and then release the arms. Inhaling as the arms rise overhead and then exhaling, lower the arms down to frame the front foot, preparing for the twisting lunge. Left hand could rest on the block or on the floor, bringing your right hand to your right hip. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale and then exhale, twisting in the direction of your front knee. Keep the hand on the lower back, or if you like, lifting the arm up straight from the shoulder. And turn the head to gaze wherever feels comfortable for your neck. Keep pressing out through the back heel. And now exhaling, unwind. Lower the hand down to frame the front foot. And at this time, step the front foot back into a plank position. Heels, hips, and shoulders in one long line as if you were at the top of a push-up. And then lower the knees down. And moving again into puppy, keeping the hips lifted above the knees, slide the arms forward, lower the forehead or chest to the mat. From puppy, we'll move into Sphinx pose. So on your next inhalation, slide the torso forward, drop the elbows down, lower the belly and straighten the legs. So the elbows should be right underneath the shoulders, resting on the forearms. And bring the feet as close together as is comfortable, tops of the feet resting on the mat. And pressing through the feet and the toes, engage the legs. Pressing the pubic bone into the mat. And engaging the core, drawing the navel towards the spine. And press the elbows closer to the rib cage to help open up the chest. Drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. Keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears. Lengthen through the neck as you gaze ahead of you towards the floor. And on your next exhalation, slowly lower down. Bringing the forehead or chin to the mat and extend the arms overhead along the floor. We'll move next into some diagonal stretches for the spine. So pressing the pubic bone down, lifting the navel. And on your next inhalation, lift the right arm and left leg along with the head and the chest, and then exhale, lower down. And then other side. Lifting through the left arm and the right leg, and then exhale, lower down. Continue to move with the breath, and each time that you inhale and lift, lengthen through the fingertips and the toes, creating length across the spine and keeping that length as you exhale and lower down. And the next time that you lift and lower through the left arm and the right leg, completing the movement and releasing down. We'll move into some more back bending postures, bringing the forehead or chest, bringing the forehead or chin to rest on the floor, and bringing the hands a few inches away from the hips, palms to the mat. And press the pubic bone towards the floor, bring the navel towards the spine. And as you next inhale, lifting the head and the chest away from the floor, and then adding the legs, pressing up through the toes, then exhaling, lowering down. And inhaling, lifting the head and the chest, adding the legs. Now, if you like, adding the arms as well, lifting the hands away from the floor and reaching long through the fingertips. And then exhaling, lowering down. And again, inhaling, lifting the head and the chest and shoulders, lifting the legs, lifting the arms. You're welcome to lift and lower. You could take a rest, or you could try some variations. So if you'd like to challenge yourself on your inhalations, you could see if you could lift the chest and shoulders and legs a little bit higher. And you could try a variation by bringing the arms into Yoga Mudra, clasping the hands behind you, straightening the arms. Keep lengthening through the head and the neck. Keep the breath flowing. I know you're always welcome to come in and out of the pose or take a rest at any time. And now exhaling, slowly releasing down. Relaxing the arms by your sides with the palms facing upward, turning the head to one side. Relaxing here for a moment. Just checking in with your spine to notice how you're feeling. See what your body is calling for next. So maybe your body needs to rest a little bit more. You might want to repeat one of the back bends that we've already done. Or you could join me in another variation, moving from boat into bow. So if you're ready for another back bend, bringing the forehead or chin to the floor. Bringing the hands by your sides, a few inches away from the hips. Press the pubic bone down. Inhaling, lifting the head and chest away from the mat, lifting the legs, lifting through the arms. Again, it's fine for you to come into Sphinx or another back bend if you prefer. You could stay here, or if you'd like to try bow, bending the knees and taking hold of one ankle at a time with the hands. And draw the shoulder blades towards one another. Begin by pressing the thighs into the mat, lifting and opening through the chest. Moving without strain. And then if you like, lifting the thighs away from the mat. breathe. And now on your next exhalation, slowly releasing from bow or whichever back bend you may be practicing. You take hold of the ankles, gently releasing the legs down. And placing one hand on top of the other, creating a cushion for the forehead. And now bend the knees, bringing the feet away from the floor and drop the feet from side to side, moving into a windshield wiper motion to release your spine. And then release the legs down. And now bring the forehead to the mat and extend the arms to T position at shoulder height. Bringing the palms to the floor. We'll move now into a belly down spinal twist. So turning the head to bring the left cheek to the mat. And now bending the right knee so the right toes are lifting up into the sky. And on your next inhalation, begin to shift onto the left side of the torso. As you bring that right foot across the body and towards the floor, somewhere near the left hand. So the knee is pointing upward. And keep lengthening through the leg that's on the floor. And come onto the fingertips of your right hand and walk that hand a little further away to deepen the stretch into the shoulder and arm. Make any adjustments here for comfort and breathe. And remain here for one more full deep breath. And now on your next inhalation, slowly begin to slide the right foot down the floor towards the bottom of your mat. And then gradually roll onto the belly to release. Bring the hands underneath the forehead once again. The hips a little wiggle from side to side to release the spine. And now pause in stillness, receiving sensations. Noticing the sensations of release. And now we'll prepare for the other side, bringing the forehead or chin to the mat. Bringing the arms to T position, palms to the floor. And now turning the head to the opposite side, bringing the right cheek to rest on the mat. And now lifting the left foot away from the floor. And now press into the left hand as you shift onto the right side of the torso, bringing that left foot across the body. And bringing the left foot to the floor somewhere near the right hand. Slide the left hand a little bit further away to deepen the stretch in the arm. So make any adjustments for comfort here. The left knee is pointing upward. Reach long through the right foot, keeping the right leg long. One more full breath here. Now preparing to slowly release. So as you exhale, sliding that left foot down as you begin to straighten the leg, bringing the foot towards the bottom of your mat. And then slowly rolling onto the belly. Releasing gradually and noticing all the sensations as you release. Bringing one hand to rest on the other, bringing the forehead on top of your hands. Give the hips a little wiggle from side to side. And now bending the knees and drop the feet from side to side, coming into a windshield wiper motion, releasing the spine. And letting that go, relaxing the legs, straightening the legs along the mat. And from here, flipping yourself around to lie on your back. And pulling one knee at a time into the chest, taking hold of the knees with your hands. And here you might want to rock from side to side, or you could circle on the sacrum. You can hold in stillness, pulling the knees into the chest. Closing the eyes if you like. Breathing deeply as you release the lower back. And from here, we'll prepare for our final relaxation, Shavasana. Straightening the legs, going to lie on the back. You could lie on your side if you prefer. A little bit more of the upper back and shoulders in contact with the floor, and keep the back of the neck long. Relaxing the arms by your sides, palms facing upward. In your next inhalation, squeeze the hands into fists. Squeeze the feet, tighten the legs and arms, the belly, back, and chest. Tightening everything as you inhale and hold. Exhale, soften and release. Again, inhale, squeezing the hands and the feet, the arms and the legs, tightening your bottom, the belly, chest, back, squeezing the face in tight like a prune, holding everything in for a moment. And then exhaling, open mouth, letting go. And once more, tightening the whole body, breathing in, hold the breath for a moment, tightening the face. And exhale, letting go completely. Allowing the body to soften down towards the earth. Allowing your body to receive the support from the earth beneath you. Release any breathing pattern and allow your breath to flow naturally and effortlessly. Inviting the mind to let go. Letting go of any thoughts that may be distracting and that do not serve you in this moment. Inviting your entire being to let go and come to stillness. Finding a place of ease and relaxation. Letting go and allowing yourself to integrate the benefits of your yoga practice. Very gradually begin to deepen your breathing, making some small movements with the fingers and the toes. Allowing sensation to return. Slowly drawing the knees into the chest one at a time. Taking hold of the knees with your hands and then gently rolling over onto your right side and resting in a fetal position. Take a moment here to acknowledge your efforts and dedication. Now pressing your hands into the floor and mindfully transition to a seated position. Sitting tall with the eyes remaining closed, placing one hand on the belly and bringing one hand to the center of the chest. Once again, breathing into the hands. Noticing how you feel now compared to the start of your practice. Reminding yourself that you are whole and complete, just as you are. And as you move into your day, I encourage you to be guided by the consciousness of your heart. Knowing that when you act from kindness, you could do no wrong. Bringing the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Om Shanti, peace. May the peace in our hearts bring peace into the world. Softly allow the eyes to open, lifting the gaze. Namaste. I honor the light in